Hi, mathletes. In this video lesson, you are going to explore horizontal and vertical lines. We will be doing that using Desmos. At the end of our video lesson, you will be able to write and graph horizontal and vertical lines. For our opener, you are going to use desmos.com/calculator to complete the questions. So the first question, you are plotting these two ordered pairs in Desmos. Quick reminder that you can adjust your window in Desmos by clicking this wrench right here. You can see that up in this upper corner. I have highlighted this part right here, just makes everything brighter. And I like my step to be 1. So in here, for both, that's just basically what your grid marks are going to be. And then I unselect the minor grid line. So I just get one line for each one unit on my X and Y axes. You can also have it label your axes. You just need to click in there for the X axis, make that label X. For the Y axis, make that label Y if you prefer that. Now type in the ordered pairs that are given, which was -3. And I'm going to put my comma in. You can use your keypad to type these in instead of the keypad that opens up right here in Desmos. You can either use this keypad or the keyboard on your Chromebook. And you can see that point plots there. You are going to also plot that point on your paper as well. You could do that before. This is a good check. Some of you are still switching your X and Y's to make sure that you get those done correctly. You can choose to have your label, your points show up right there. So these are the 2 points that you have. You are going to guess and check. You're going to type in an equation. So far, all of our equations have started y equals. You can start with the y equals, and you can just type in some equations based on what you see here. If we think of this line right here, what slope would this be if you were thinking about that? Or you can simply guess and check looking through this. But you are going to type in different equations until you find something that goes through both of those points that were given to us. Remember that you're also plotting this on your paper. So you're labeling your X and Y. These are the same 2 points that we plotted in Desmos, and you're going to use a straight edge to connect those lines. When you find a line that works, you're going to write it on this line right here on your paper. For question 2, you're going to do the same thing. Go to desmos.com/calculator and graph the 2 points, plot those points in Desmos and on your paper graph. Try to find an equation, guess and check in Desmos that will go through the 2 points you plotted in there, and then write that equation here when you find an equation that does go through those points. Don't forget to use a straight edge to connect the points that you plot on your paper graph and label your X and Y axes. For question 3, you are going to look back at problems 1 and 2 and talk about what do those 2 points have in common within question 1 and question 2. Part B says, what do the 2 equations have in common? Question 3 talks about what kind of line did you create? We're looking at, is it horizontal or vertical? And question D, what kind of slope would this line be? Find the slope between the 2 points you plotted. You will do the same thing using Desmos for questions 4 and 5. You're going to plot the points that are given in Desmos and on the paper graph. You're going to find an equation, guess and check using Desmos, and then writing your equation here. Make sure you use a straight edge to connect the points on your line. And finally, for question 6, you're going to do the same thing as you did for question 3, looking at what the 2 points have in common, looking what the 2 equations have in common, what type of line, horizontal or vertical, did you create, and what is the slope of this type of line. And you can do that using specific points from either question 4 or 5.